Now the face sculpts on these figures are actually nice at first glance, but once you start to look at them for a bit too long, they begin to look a little creepy. Are you possessed, Ochiko? Just a friendly reminder from your boy Animated Heroes, don't forget to check out my boys at Sculptimo Toys for the best figures, best prices, and fastest shipping if you guys haven't already. Let's get into it. What the heck is up, you guys? Animated Heroes here, back with another action figure review. And as you can see, today we're going to be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys My Hero Academia Eijiro Kirishima, one of the best characters from the series with one of the best character development plots. So I'm very excited for this. That being said, let's go ahead and get to that sexy packaging so we can dive into the figure, because I'm sure you guys are just as happy about this one as I am. Now for that sexy packaging, it's literally the same exact thing we've been seeing. At the top it says My Hero Academia. We got a picture of Kirishima right here with the window packaging. Of course, at the top it shows pictures of all the characters right there. Well, some of them anyway. There's the ridiculous price I paid for it. It says My Hero right there on the side, Funimation at the bottom, Eijiro Kirishima right here, McFarlane Toys, and of course on the back, same thing we see with all the rest of them. We got my boy right there, Todoroki. We got Uraraka, who I just reviewed. Also, here's Kirishima, of course, the figure I'm reviewing right now. And all the places you can reach McFarlane because it's their social media. So, that being said, let's go ahead and bust this guy open because I'm ready to look at this figure. Now, straight out of the packaging, I gotta say that, once again, this figure looks a whole lot better than I saw it at Toy Fair. Like, you can tell that they really took their time with the face sculpt, because the one that I saw at Toy Fair didn't look bad, but it did look a little bit derpy. Now, of course, it's not going to be exactly spot on. It's not going to be Figma quality, but this is really dope. They got the scar right above his eye. The hair is spiky, actually, and they did it correct. The sculpt on this is very nice. And it's not like it's this soft sculpt either that they normally do with $20 kids figures. It's actually import quality. So I'm cool with this. And then in terms of the body, as you guys can see all the way down, the paint looks really good. I do have a few scratches right here that I tried to scratch them off because I know that it's molded in this color, but they didn't come off all the way, but it's not too bad. Other than that, I don't think that I have any other paint flaws, which I saw this when I picked it up. These two spots right here, I already knew about these, but I wanted to get my hands on this figure so bad that I went with it, and I should have just waited because I ended up going to another GameStop and they had it, but I'm not complaining. It's not anything that really bothers me, but as you guys can see, from head to toe, the outfit and the detail is very nice. There's not a whole lot of shading, but of course that's to be expected from them. But the paint, the quality, the sculpt, everything else is really good. So I'll say that I am happy with this so far, but there's one thing that bothers me, and it's the same thing that they do with all their figures. Why is McFarlane so obsessed with giving their figures trigger hands? And for those people that don't believe me when I say that they all come with trigger hands, tell me why the index finger fits right where a trigger would go. It's aligned that way purposely. So for the people that think, no, it's just a gripping hand, the proof is in the pudding. Here it is right here. He's holding two guns perfectly fine. And now for his height. To the top of his head, he stands, or to the top of his hair rather, he's just short of 7 inches. To the top of his head, he's right at about 6.5. So once again, definitely 7-inch scale. And of course, I will show some size comparisons later. Now for the articulation, he looks up. We're going to keep that. About that much only before the hair touches the back of the neck. He looks down a whole lot better. He does have a little bit of tilt in there, as you guys can see, so you can rock the head really nice. His arm goes up about that much. He does have a butterfly joint, not the most effective, but it is still there. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that work really well. His hands move freely because he doesn't have any gauntlets on, so they're on a ball peg and it does work nice. He does have a diaphragm joint. He leans back about that much forward, only about that much, not nearly as much forward. He does have a swivel at the waist, so that can help to lean him forward just a little bit more. And of course, back a whole lot more. Now, he does have a swivel, as you guys can see. It's very tough, but it does work. His foot goes forward really good. Foot goes back well, but of course, the skirt piece is going to hinder it. And they do go out really well. They could definitely go a whole lot further, but once again, skirt piece, so we're not going to mess with that. He does not have a built-in thigh swivel at all. Now, this is one thing that's cool. He does have really good knees in terms of bending, but it is ugly. And with as thick as his pants are, I feel like this is all that they had to work with. It won't look bad if you just kind of pose him with his knees bent, but if you pose him like with his knees bent all the way, yeah, we have that old SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Z look going on, and that's not a good thing. Now, he doesn't have a swivel right here at all, but his foot goes down about that much, up about that much, does have a toe hinge, and of course the ankle articulation is there. So in terms of articulation, this guy does great. I have no complaints whatsoever, which I very rarely do with McFarlane anyway. Now for the accessories, as you guys can see, he comes in the package with his trigger hands, so those are going to be what you get straight out. He comes with alternate arms, which is when he activates his quirk. He comes with one that is a fist. The sculpt on these are nice. I really do enjoy these, but unfortunately you can't take the hands off. And then he comes with one which is like a karate chop hand. I really wish you could remove the hands and they would have gave like 2 fists or something. I just don't understand the point in not giving 2 fists, but McFarlane is horrible about that. He also comes with his helmet, which this looks really nice, and after what you guys saw earlier, I'm sure it's pretty obvious how you put it on, but this looks very nice. The detail on this is done very well. The only issue I have is there is a black splotch right here in the red hair, and other than that, I can make it work. But lastly, he does come with a My Hero stand as well, which you just peg his foot right here into this, and it says My Hero Academia at the bottom. So in terms of accessories, pretty light. Fist hands would have made it better for me, but I can make it work. Now for the people that still haven't got it, here he is standing next to the Figma Deku and the Figma Bakugo. And if you don't know, now you know. These don't go in scale together. Next up, here he is standing next to figures that actually matter. Figures of the same line as him. And it's going to be the McFarlane Toys Uraraka, which I just reviewed. Go check that out. The McFarlane Toys All Might and the McFarlane Toys Shigaraki. And as you guys can see, he is still too tall compared to All Might, but I think you can wedge it well. Lastly, here he is standing next to the McFarlane Toys Justice League Classic Superman and the Marvel Legends or Hasbro Velocity Suit Spider-Man. Now, for the most part, everything with this figure is done correctly. There's a few issues I have, and most of them revolve around the accessories. I'll start with the helmet. It's not as bad as putting on Ochiko's, but it's the fact that it does not stick. Like, no matter how you want it to look, it's not going to stay that way. And then once you start articulating the head, it's just going to start sliding around. This will move over the nose. The bottom piece will move over the chin. And sometimes it becomes a hassle. Like I said, it's not nearly as bad as Ochiko, but it is a pain. Of course, the trigger hands, probably what bothers me the most. I just don't understand why they keep giving us trigger hands. Like, these figures don't need these. These are superheroes. They don't even use guns, especially Kirishima, who is a man. He throws hands. He don't need weapons. Lastly, these hands right here, and I mean the accessory hands. These are cool and all. The sculpt on them are nice. The detail is fine, but one thing that I realized is that you cannot articulate the hands at all, which means basically how you put them on there is how it's going to look. Now, if you want to pose him doing an attack, blocking an attack, anything like that, everything is going to come out of the bicep swivel. And sometimes it's still just not going to work. Like, I can't lift the palm of this hand up if I want to just do him like blocking an attack. It's going to be a karate chop no matter what. And so that's an issue that bugs me. I really wish the hands on these were articulated. Now, one problem I face that you guys probably won't is this arm was easy to get on. This one I'm about to throw in some hot water for the photos because this one will not go on at all. But Other than that, I don't have any complaints about the figure. It looks nice. It poses well. Paint, sculpt, detail, everything is all there. So for a $20 price point, I do recommend it. If you can get them anywhere other than GameStop, go pick them up. Nowhere else in town here has these, so I had to pick them up there. But guys, it's not worth 30 bucks, which is basically what I paid for it. $19.99 retail price, $21.65 here in Texas after taxes. So if you can find these for the low, get your hands on them. Definitely not worth 30 bucks in my opinion, unless you're just an absolute fan of the series like myself. So that's my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up to help me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new videos. And lastly, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below for more content. I'm Animated Heroes, and I'm out. Peace.